What if the thing you are crying about today is actually the thing Allah is using to save you tomorrow? What if the door you desperately want to open is a door Allah knows you should never enter? What if the delay you hate is actually protection? And what if the plan you have been asking Allah to change is the very plan that will eventually change your life? Sometimes life does not go the way we planned. You make dua, but the answer seems delayed. You work hard, but the opportunity disappears. You love someone, but they walk away. You dream about something, but it never happens. You try again and again, but nothing seems to work. And eventually, you start asking, why is this happening to me? Why isn't Allah answering my dua? Why did Allah take this away from me? Why is my life not going the way I wanted? But perhaps there is something you cannot see. Perhaps Allah is preparing something you cannot imagine. Because you see one moment, Allah sees your entire journey. You see the closed door, Allah sees what is behind it. You see the delay, Allah sees the perfect timing. You see the loss, Allah sees the protection. You see the ending, Allah sees the beginning of something new. So today, if your life is not going according to your plan, don't lose hope. Take a deep breath. Trust Allah. Because sometimes, Allah's plan is better than the plan you made for yourself.
When life doesn't make sense, there will be moments in life when nothing makes sense. You will make plans, you will have dreams, you will imagine how your future should look. You will work hard to make those dreams real. But then, something unexpected happens. The job doesn't come, the relationship doesn't work, the opportunity disappears. The person you trusted disappoints you. The money doesn't arrive, the result isn't what you expected, and suddenly everything feels uncertain. You may feel lost, you may feel disappointed, you may even feel like Allah has forgotten you. But remember this, Allah has not forgotten you. A delay is not abandonment. A closed door is not rejection. A difficult season is not the end of your story. Sometimes Allah allows something to leave your life because He knows it was never meant to stay.
Sometimes Allah removes something you love because He knows it would eventually hurt you. Sometimes Allah delays something because you are not ready for it yet. And sometimes Allah gives you something completely different because what you wanted was not actually what you needed. We often pray, Ya Allah, give me what I want. But perhaps a better dua is, Ya Allah, give me what is best for me, even if it is different from what I want. That is where true trust begins. You don't know what Allah knows. Think about how limited our understanding is. We only know what we can see. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. We don't know what will happen next year. We don't know what people truly intend. We don't know what consequences a decision will bring. We don't know which opportunity will benefit us and which one will destroy our peace. But Allah knows everything. Allah knows what happened yesterday. Allah knows what is happening today. Allah knows what will happen tomorrow. Allah knows the things you know, and Allah knows the things you don't know. That is why sometimes your plan can look perfect to you while being harmful for you. And sometimes Allah's plan can look painful to you while being full of mercy. Imagine a child asking for something dangerous. The child doesn't understand why the parent says no. The child may cry. The child may become angry. The child may think, they don't understand me. But the parent knows something the child doesn't. The child sees the no. The parent sees the danger. In a much greater and incomparable way, Allah knows what we cannot know. So when Allah says, not yet, trust Him. When Allah closes a door, trust Him. When Allah changes your direction, trust Him. When something leaves your life, trust Him. Because Allah sees the bigger picture. The closed door may be mercy. Sometimes we spend months or years asking Allah to open a particular door. We think, if I get this job, I will finally be happy. If I marry this person, everything will be perfect. If I get this opportunity, my life will change.
If I achieve this goal, I will finally feel successful. But then the door closes, and we become heartbroken. We ask, why Allah? But what if that closed door was mercy? What if the job would have destroyed your peace? What if the relationship would have taken you away from Allah? What if the opportunity would have brought responsibilities you were not prepared for? What if getting what you wanted would have caused you to lose something far more valuable? You don't know, but Allah knows. Sometimes rejection is protection. Sometimes losing is actually gaining. Sometimes being redirected is better than getting what you originally wanted. So don't judge your entire story by one painful chapter. You may be standing in the middle of a chapter that feels terrible, without realizing that Allah is preparing a beautiful ending.
Your delay is not denial. One of the hardest things to understand is delay. You make dua, you wait, you hope, you wait again, and nothing seems to change. You see other people receiving what you have been praying for. Someone gets married, someone gets a better job, someone becomes successful, someone achieves the dream you have been chasing, and you begin comparing your life with theirs. You ask, why them and not me? But remember, your timeline is not their timeline. Allah has written different journeys for different people. You don't know what someone else is going through behind their smile, and you don't know what Allah is preparing for you behind your delay. A seed does not become a tree overnight. A baby does not become an adult in a day. A sunrise does not appear instantly. Everything has a process. Maybe your life is in a preparation season. Maybe Allah is developing your patience. Maybe Allah is strengthening your character. Maybe Allah is removing distractions. Maybe Allah is teaching you lessons that you will need for your future. Maybe Allah is preparing you to handle the blessing you are asking for. So don't give up just because you haven't seen the answer yet. Keep making dua, keep working, keep improving, keep trusting. Your delay may be part of your destiny.
Sometimes Allah changes you before He changes your situation. We often ask Allah to change our circumstances. Ya Allah, change my situation. Ya Allah, give me success. Ya Allah, remove this problem. Ya Allah, make my life easier. But sometimes Allah first changes the person who is experiencing the situation. He teaches you patience. He teaches you gratitude. He teaches you discipline. He teaches you humility. He teaches you reliance upon Him. He teaches you that people cannot give you what only Allah can give. He teaches you that your happiness cannot depend entirely on money, relationships, status, or achievements. Because if your heart is connected to Allah, you can remain strong even when circumstances change. And if your heart is disconnected from Allah, even worldly success may not give you peace. That is why sometimes the greatest blessing is not a change in your circumstances. It is a change in your heart.
Stop asking, why me? When something painful happens, it is natural to ask, why me? But sometimes a better question is, what is Allah teaching me through this? Instead of, why did I lose this? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of, why did this person leave? Ask, what is Allah teaching me about attachment? Instead of, why didn't I get this opportunity? Ask, what other direction might Allah be opening? Instead of, why is my life so difficult? Ask, how can this difficulty bring me closer to Allah? Your situation may not change immediately, but your perspective can change. And sometimes, changing your perspective changes everything. You are not behind. Maybe you feel like you are behind in life. Everyone around you seems to be moving forward. Someone has a successful career. Someone has a beautiful family. Someone is financially stable. Someone is traveling. Someone is achieving their dreams. And you feel stuck. But listen carefully. You are not behind. You are on your journey. Your life is not a competition. Allah did not create you to live someone else's timeline.
So stop measuring your life using someone else's achievements. You don't need to arrive at the same destination at the same time. You only need to keep walking in the direction Allah has chosen for you. Trust Allah, even when you don't understand. Real trust doesn't mean you understand everything. Real trust means you continue believing in Allah, even when you don't understand everything. Anyone can say, "I trust Allah," when everything is going perfectly. But what happens when your plans collapse? What happens when your dua seems unanswered? What happens when someone you love leaves? What happens when you lose money? What happens when your future becomes uncertain? That is when trust becomes real. You may cry. You may feel tired. You may feel confused. You may have questions. But don't let your pain convince you that Allah doesn't care. You can be sad and still have faith. You can cry and still trust Allah. You can be disappointed and still believe that Allah's wisdom is greater than your understanding. Faith does not mean you never struggle. Faith means you don't stop turning toward Allah during the struggle.
If this message touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this reminder with someone who may be struggling right now. And in the comments, write, "I trust Allah's plan." Let that be your reminder today. Whatever you are facing, whatever you are waiting for, whatever you have lost, keep trusting Allah. Your story is not over. Your answer may be closer than you think. And remember, Allah's plan is always better. Trust Him, keep praying, keep moving forward, and never lose hope.